The boardroom froze as Victoria's face turned pale. Files were laid out before her. Time-stamped security footage played behind. Her carefully built image collapsed in seconds. But the most shocking evidence wasn't from the IT department or a private investigator. It came from an 8-year-old sketchbook, a little girl who had seen everything and warned her father before it was too late. This is the story of how a child's quiet observation saved a billionaire from ruin. Hey, story lovers, are you enjoying our new story theme? Then go ahead and hit that like button. Every morning, billionaire tech investor Charles Dane entered his glass-towered office in downtown Manhattan with precision and poise. Ruthless in business, polished. In public, he was the kind of man headlines admired. But what most didn't see was his quiet, personal life. After losing his wife, he was raising his 8-year-old daughter, Maya, alone. Maya was a calm, observant child, her world filled with books, sketches, and silent moments in her father's shadowy office corners. She wasn't spoiled, just curious. She liked to watch. And lately her eyes had been fixed on someone new, her father's recently hired secretary, a poised white woman named Victoria. Everyone said Victoria was competent and loyal. But Maya felt something different, something cold in the way Victoria smiled, something fake. Charles brushed it off, until one day Maya looked up at him and whispered something so strange that it would echo in his mind forever. It began subtly. Files went missing, meeting dates shifted without explanation. Emails Maya clearly heard her father send never reached. Their destinations. Charles chalked it up to burnout, until one morning Maya stopped him at the door, her eyes wide and serious. "She's going to ruin you," she said, pointing at Victoria's desk. He laughed it off, dismissing her warning as childish jealousy. But Maya grew more insistent. She had seen Victoria in his office late at night, alone, copying files, whispering on burner phones. Still, Charles ignored her. Then, during a major board meeting, an explosive leak made headlines. Internal documents, private acquisitions, and even personal emails were all over the news. The company's stock plunged. Panic gripped the executive floor. Victoria was the only one with direct access to the leaked material, but she denied everything, calmly, coolly. That same day, Maya left a small sketchbook on her father's desk. On the last page was a drawing. Victoria standing over a printer, phone in hand, copying papers. The timestamp? Weeks before the leak. Maya hadn't imagined anything. She'd been watching. And documenting. Charles felt the floor tilt beneath him. He ordered an internal audit. What they found next changed everything. Hidden deep inside the office server was a web of encrypted folders, one of them linked to an anonymous offshore account under Victoria's name. Surveillance footage, previously deleted, was recovered by IT. There she was, 2 a.m., loading documents onto a drive, taking photos of company contracts, and even stealing Maya's hand-drawn sketches from the recycle bin. She hadn't just been leaking corporate intel. She had been building a shadow identity, stealing Charles's intellectual property. When confronted, Victoria tried to flee, slipping out the back stairwell. But security was already waiting, her calm demeanor shattered as she screamed about being unappreciated. But the board saw the truth. The secretary Charles once trusted had nearly destroyed him, and it was his little girl who had seen it first. Dear audience, from where are you watching? Comment the name of your city. Victoria was arrested and charged with corporate espionage and fraud. The damage was vast but not irreversible. Charles took a leave of absence, this time not to recover company losses, but to be a better father. He realized he'd ignored Maya's voice because of her age. But children see what adults often miss. Her quiet bravery didn't just save a business, it saved him. Maya's sketchbook was placed in a glass frame inside his new home office. And now, every time he looks at it, he remembers. Not all warnings come from boardrooms or security teams. Sometimes the truth comes from the softest voice in the room. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel for more powerful stories and new videos.